everyone being here, and there's another week after that, and hopefully you can get us your feedback by then. And with that feedback, depending on what it is, we'll be able to make some changes if needed to the beta so that we'll have final ready and shipped to you all on June 17th. So that will be in advance of the June SUNAPSIS release on the 24th. With it's going to come some new and improved release documentation to include a video alongside the long changelog that we typically give you, so that it kind of highlights the functionality, and we'll get a little bit of a taste of that with our eShip Global integration here in a little bit, so you can see what that might look and feel like with a release. And then we'll have a live Q&A, so the goal there is for you all to kind of get the release, read through the documentation, see the videos, and then come to a live Q&A with us and ask the questions that you do have. We ran into some of the same issues that SUVP has when we were doing live webinars, when there were a lot of people and the system wasn't quite working. So we thought this might be a better approach where we're not worrying too much about video and sharing and screen sharing, but more just a conversation. So this will be the first release that we do that with. So what else? What other things that we're doing? We're in the process of building a SUNAPSIS test site for all of our users. So the way that we do it right now is we send a beta to you all. You have to then put it on your test environments, test it out, give us feedback, and go from there. And we realize that's pretty onerous for your IT teams to be able to have to do these updates multiple times in the process. So we're going to host it at AU and make it accessible to all SUNAPSIS users. It'll let you see the changes as we develop them too. So it won't be, oh, and here's a beta. It'll be kind of a rolling, we've now developed this, go check it out. We've now done this, go check that out. So it's an opportunity for you to give us feedback even before we build that beta. We will still build the beta so that you can still test it, put it on your server, and make sure that that all functions appropriately. But this gives you another chance to where you don't have to put that on your IT team if you don't want to or can't. So we'll have a lot more information about that at our users conference. Like I said, we're just now kind of getting that up and running. And we'll figure out a way to make sure that you're signed up for it and are able to log in and do the testing that you want to do. The other new thing that we've been working on for the past few months, and kudos to my entire support team. Nick is the only one not here, but Matt is here in the back, shoveling food in his mouth. Brian's here, and Kathy is here as well, also shoving food into her mouth. They haven't eaten all day, people. It's been a busy day, but so well deserved. They have been working tremendously. Nick has also been the lead on this project to create a new SUNAPSIS support center. So it's a new ticket, bug, and feature tracking software that we're using. It's called HappyFox. It's going to provide greater transparency for you all, so you'll be able to see what tickets you have with us, and also what tickets others at your institution have. And then on top of that, we'll have a global bug view, so you'll be able to know when someone else has reported something from the community that does affect all clients. It will have a searchable knowledge base, so the way we have our community set up right now, where the documents are kind of all over the place, and they're in Word docs and PDFs and PowerPoints, we're going to simplify that into this knowledge base. It'll be searchable, you'll be able to find articles on the topics you're interested in, and we'll be building that as we roll this out. We have quite a few. Kathy's done a stellar job of adding articles as is, but of course we'll be building that as we roll it out. Special thanks to those that helped us review it. We did send it out to some clients, IU users as well, had a chance to get in the system, test it out, give us feedback, and we've made some tweaks and changes based on that feedback. So thank you to all of those here that did that. Cindy, I know you did it, so thank you. I don't know if there's anyone else, but we really appreciate that. And stay tuned, we'll have the official release coming this summer. We aren't dead set on a date yet, simply because we're rolling out the SUNAPSIS upgrade and dealing with some other things. So, but our goal is hopefully before the end of June as well. So more SUNAPSIS changes are coming and fast, as you've heard probably throughout this entire spring, and especially at this conference. There will be I-17 changes in September, more OPT and some other things by January. Today I was on a panel and learned it'll be December 16th, and there's going to be a student portal for OPT. That is the extent of my knowledge on it. So we'll be bringing that up in our weekly meeting with SEVP next week and ask for some more detail if they have it, but I don't think they do either at this point. So we'll keep you in the loop as we develop and as we learn. And then more discussions with SEVP about the future of batching starts in November. If any of you were on the batch call, you might have learned of that as well. Again, it's the modernization of SEVIS. It's not SEVIS 2. Or Son of SEVIS. We can call it whatever we want, but it is happening in a fast pace, basically. So be prepared. We also are moving to a new approach for releasing updates, and this really comes from the feedback from you all. So again, we really appreciate your feedback. Take it in and try to do the best we can with it. So we're separating compliance releases from additional functionality releases. So if you're a current client, you will probably already know that we've announced in June we'll have a 3.4 release, and then we'll have a 3.5 release. The 3.4 release is going to be all of the requirements, the required changes to ensure you're still compliant with the SEVIS changes that are taking place. The 3.5 release is going to be those plus additional functionality, bug fixes, minor feature enhancements that we've done to the system since our last major upgrade. So in that 3.5 release, I'll have some more slides in a few minutes about what are some things that are included in that. One of which is the eShip global integration that we've made an announcement about. We'll ship them at the same time. You can choose when to install the additional features. This came as a plea to not require us to put new features in before we've had a chance to test them first, but also we need to stay compliant, so we would have to. So that is the goal there. You will still have to be up to date before the next major compliance release hits, but you won't have to do it immediately. So right now we'll have the June release 3.5. You won't have to have that in your production until we get to the 3.6, 3.7 releases in December. We'll do hot fixes for both along the way as we need to. Our users conference, we are so very excited to be hitting the road. We're going to Atlanta this year. Atlanta in the house. We're going to Georgia Tech and have been partnering with them, and all the other Atlanta schools have been great partners in figuring out logistics, making sure we have all the information we need. It will be October 10th through the 12th. It's a full 3 days this year. In the past, we kind of did 2.5 days worth of sessions and realized now we have enough content and more probably to fill 3 days. So it will be a full 3-day conference. We'll do pre-conference workshops like we've done in the past. There'll be 2 days, e-forms, checklists, and this year we added a technical workshop for pluggable components. So that is another great addition. We have call for sessions happening now. There is a presenter discount. We encourage you to please submit session proposals. We really have a great track when there is a lot of user interaction and presentations. So if you have any questions, email me and I'll help you out with that. Registration is live. It's at synapsis.iu.edu/2016 conference. So we're very excited. It's our first year, not in Indiana. We'll be coming back to Bloomington every 5 years, but from now on the model is going to be bringing us to you. And we'll have more information in the coming months about how you, if you're interested, how your institution or your region or your area might have a SUNAPSIS conference in your area. So I'll keep you in the loop on that. So what about this 3.5 release? There will be some overall upgrades to the SEVIS batch management tool, integration with eShip Global, and various bug fixes and other feature updates, as I mentioned before. This is an image of the work that Jason did on the new batch management. There are filters, so you'll be able to filter to different populations, different statuses, and include or exclude alerts so that your view within that batch management can really be filtered down to the set of students that you are wanting to concentrate on. And then from there, you'll be able to multi-select batch transactions to apply, approve, deny, or resubmit. And you can email from batch management as well now. We've removed the 1,000 record limit on Java 8. That was Jason's little note. And then we won't have any more of those daily system-generated notifications of batch failures. I don't know if any of you in this room have gotten them, but I get them every night, like 4 times a night, and I'm very much looking forward to not having to delete them. And then this is slightly, Jason would have done better describing it than I, but on doc check, you'll be able to basically approve and say someone has been through doc check, and from there it'll immediately generate a batch registration. I guess that's kind of simple. Or whatever other update that it is that you're trying to do. So that is a feature that will hopefully be extremely helpful to you all as well. And then, as I mentioned, this new partnership with eShip Global, Janani and Srini, you're here as well, are here in the room. If you have any questions and want to discuss what this might look like at your institution, feel free to get in touch with them or us. We're extremely excited about this. It's a new eForm extension that integrates the 2 systems. Essentially, the shipping label is on the eForm, and you can use a checklist workflow document to have the eShip Global shipping label automatically print with the I-20 DS 2019 every morning. So, because Nick couldn't join us in person, he did the hard work of putting together a little demo.
This is an eForm extension that allows a student to be forwarded to eShip Global to create a shipping label and have it saved directly to their student profile.
That's weird. Sorry. It's playing on my screen.
Yes. Technical help.
Next component of this is
Sorry. Here we go.
All right.
And now here's Nick.
No.
This is an eForm extension that allows a student to be forwarded to eShip Global to create a shipping label and have it saved directly to their student profile. The next component of this is the part in general configurations to actually set up the link between SUNAPSIS and the eShip Global site. So if I've got the URL path and a department account number and a campus and a PDF structure, then I'm good to go. You can have multiple configurations here for different departmental accounts if you wish, for different campuses and for different institutional departments at those campuses. Once you've got this set up, you go to that form in iStart as a student who has an email address on file. I go to iStart and I log in as my test student. And then I go to my eShip Global form. I'm just confirming that I'm leaving iStart to go to the external site, and I hit submit. Okay, so now there's some additional processing that takes place, and you get forwarded to the eShip Global website automatically. It takes the email address on file in SUNAPSIS and automatically forwards it on, and then the student can continue with the registration process. So I'm going to create something with a different password. I'm going to fill in the rest of my information. I can then register, and then it's going to ask me what I want to do. So if I need to receive documents, then I click there, and I can see here it's already got Bloomington's information filled out, so it's already got the office address, and then this receiver's address is hidden. It's that 123 Sesame Street that I just put in, and I can verify all of that here. So scrolling down further, I'm selecting what type of document I want. Say I-20. I'll hit continue. And then it's going to take me to the page to select my carrier. And so looking here, it looks like this one's the cheapest, so I'll do that. And I'll hit continue. Now it's going to ask for payment information. So depending on the department code that you put in, it may be one for which the student pays, it may be one where the department pays. But for this one, I'm going to put in my cardholder information, hit confirm payment. It's asking me to verify everything is correct. I'll say okay. And then if there are no issues, it's going to say that it's been successfully processed and that the label has been transferred to SUNAPSIS. So if I go back into the student's record, you can go to document management and see now that there is a brand new document uploaded with the shipping label.
We're very excited again about that partnership, and if you have any questions, eShip is in booth 1134 and we are in 2019, so feel free to stop by and ask any questions that you might have about it.
Windows P. Extend.
Extend.
Yes.
I'm learning all things. Okay.
Wait for it. There we go. And it can go back to the PowerPoint, I believe.
On the bottom.
I'm in the PowerPoint. Sorry. I'm almost done, I promise.
That was an excellent demonstration.
Yeah, just very quick.
People liked it as well. They liked it.
If we get the class, come sit down.
Wait for it. It'll come.
But it's showing another screen. So how that this is not complicated. Both should be synchronized, right? Yeah. That's interesting.
All right, I have one screen, so look over here, please. So this was the part that Jason was really excited to talk about, and I'm sad that he's not able to do so, and I'll try to do my best. But we're really excited to announce that change is coming, and you're the first to know. We have kicked off the SUNAPSIS 4 design and development. And with that is a whole new online services. So iStart, for those of you who are familiar, or whatever it is you have called it. It will be for your students, scholars, and departmental users with upgraded functionality. Will improve greatly your institutional branding opportunities, so it'll look like your other websites at your schools. Give you a lot more configurability there. And it's going mobile with not only responsive design in and of itself, but we're also creating a SUNAPSIS app that you can also brand with your institutional branding. So this project has just kicked off. We are really excited. We don't have a lot of detail right now, but come to Atlanta because we are going to have a lot more detail then. And if you are interested about next